Hey, one of the biggest things I've noticed in real estate that still baffles me today is how few realtors are investing in real estate themselves. As a real estate agent, you have to be looking into investing in real estate. Today we're going to break down all the reasons why you should be looking at this, and if you're not doing it, why you need to get involved in investing in real estate right now to help you long-term in this game. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Steve. I'm a team lead for the Three Rivers Real Estate team based out of the Twin Cities of Minnesota. I produce content for agents, just trying to help you be better agents. Because if you're doing better, we're all doing better. This is a great community to be part of. So today we're going to talk about, hey, not so much how can I be a better real estate agent, but how can I be financially better off for me and my family going long term. And today we're going to talk about investing in real estate. I've been doing this for 7 years now. I can't believe how many real estate agents I talk to who aren't investing in real estate themselves. It's crazy. I know if you're a real estate agent, and somebody asks you, hey, I want to buy a house as an investment property, there's a good chance you're going to help them. And, if you're not investing yourself, there's a lot of things you might not know about the process. And just honestly, it's mind-boggling to me that some agents aren't investing in their industry already. I said today we're going to break down, some of the main reasons why you as a real estate agent, you need to be investing in real estate. And the number one reason I think is, quite frankly, you're an expert in real estate. It's probably the closest thing to insider trading we can get as far as investments going, being a real estate agent and investing in real estate ourselves. We should be local experts. We should have a really good idea what businesses are going into places, what areas are hot spots, where there are local city ordinances we need to be paying attention to, where developments are happening, all these things that are going to have massive impact in a local economy. Real estate agents a lot of times have a very good inside track on. We have a lot of knowledge that maybe the general population might not know about. Likewise, there's a good chance you're going to find a lot of opportunities off market as you're starting to network and work with people just within your office. You're always going to find opportunities of people that just don't want to list on the market. They just want a good deal and they want to get it done at a price that works for them. And as real estate agents, there's a good opportunity that you're networking with other agents. You're going to find good off-market opportunities that you can turn into fantastic real estate investment opportunities, whether you're looking to buy and hold or flip or whatever your avenue is that you're trying to do. Just being in the industry, networking with other agents, you're going to have massive opportunity here that you can leverage for yourself and, well, have a great investment portfolio. Now, not only are you going to find some awesome opportunities, but here's the thing with real estate. It's a very ebb and flow business. If you're in this business long enough, you're going to find out you're going to have good years and you're going to have bad years. And there's really nothing a lot of times that we can do. If you think back to the Great Recession of real estate in 08, 09, that was outside of your control. There really wasn't a whole lot you could do as a real estate agent, especially if you're just kind of a smaller agent that just did, 10 to 20 deals a year. When that happened and things fell out, a lot of people had to get out of the business because they weren't diversified in their income streams. Owning real estate, having cash flowing properties allows us just to kind of ebb and flow with some of those ups and downs. When you have rent still coming in, you have checks still coming in the door, it can help offset a few bad years or a few bad months. As we, depending on where you're at in the industry or geographically where you're at, you might be finding out that it's kind of a seasonal business, and you get into the winter months, January through March, depending on your area, might not be a lot of checks coming in the door. People just aren't moving as much. So I'm based out of the Twin Cities of Minnesota. January, February tend to be very, very quiet months. But you know what's still happening in January and February? I'm still getting rent checks. Checks are still coming in the door, helping me to offset some of that downtime I have within the real estate business. So diversifying your income stream is massive, and it's already in your industry. It's not like you need to go learn a new different industry and try to go, sell a multi-level marketing product or do something like that where you're trying to diversify something completely outside of your wheelhouse. This is in your industry, within something you should be extremely knowledgeable of. And you can build a nice little rental portfolio. Now, you don't need to be the Donald Trump of real estate here. You don't need to have hundreds of properties. Don't overlook having 1, 2, 3 units that are completely paid off and cash flowing. A lot of rental units here in Minnesota, I think the average rent for a 1-bedroom is around $1,000, $1,100, something like that. So you have 3 of those completely paid off, paying $3,000 a month can really help set you up for when you're having a down month or a down year, having that income still come in. So again, like I said, one of the main reasons you gotta look at this is real estate ebbs and flows. You need to be diversified. So when you're having a bad month, having a bad year, things are still coming in the door. Now, being a real estate agent, again, is fantastic. You can make a lot of money, but it does take a lot of time and a lot of effort away from you. Working a lot of nights, working a lot of weekends, sacrificing holidays, sacrificing family trips. And the bad thing with real estate is if you're not out there opening the doors, you're probably not collecting a paycheck, right? Unless you're bringing on, you're starting a team or have some showing agents, but then you're also paying those people a lot to help you out and get some of your time back. Well, investing in real estate helps you build that long-term wealth. When you have properties paid off, you're getting good cash flow. And you also have a very large asset there too that you can typically use to retire on. Again, going back to if we have 3 units, 1-bedroom units, there's a good chance that when they're paid off, they're probably worth $150,000 each. So there's $450,000, potentially close to $500,000 that you have in assets in reserve ready to go, that when things do want to start shutting down, if you want to start looking at retirement, start selling those properties off, and you have a good change there. Or you can also borrow against those properties and get that big chunk of change again. There's some huge tax advantages to that. If you do a cash out refi in an investment property, it can be written off as losses even though you're getting a nice check on it. Now, I'm not a tax professional. You need to talk with your CPA if you want to look at doing that, but there are some very massive tax advantages to doing some of those types of things and just owning real estate in general. If you're a real estate professional and you're owning and managing your properties, there are more tax loopholes in there too as far as depreciation and things go. Again, you need to sit down, talk with your CPA to look over this. But if you're a successful real estate agent making a lot of money, you need to try to get rid of some of that from a tax advantage standpoint, right? You see how much you cut to Uncle Sam every year, and owning some real estate can help offset that when you're putting money into the properties, fixing them up. You have long-term depreciation, and you can actually speed up some of that depreciation when you are a real estate agent and you're actively managing your properties. Now, again, talk to your CPA on that, but there are massive tax advantages there as well to help you offset some of that current income that you are making as a real estate agent. The knowledge you're also going to get investing in real estate is huge. You will literally, I guarantee you will be a better real estate agent when you are owning real estate, when you are working on properties, if you're flipping properties. You learn so much about the process that you're going to open yourself up to being more confident talking to investor clients, and you might pick up a whole new part of your business, work with investors that you might not have had, and you just learn that from owning your own property when you can talk and talk about what you have with your tenants and what's going on, collecting rent and the software you use and the tax advantages and the things that you're utilizing there. When you're able to talk about it firsthand, you're going to attract more investor clients that are great clients to have. They're repeat clients. You get a good real estate investor that wants to buy a couple properties, 1 or 2 a year. That's repeat business for you as a real estate investor. And being actively involved in the community and the process yourself is going to help you attract those people more. And like I said, you're going to learn more about the process in general, especially if you're looking at doing flips. You learn so much about the ins and outs of a home flipping a property. So if you've never done it before, I highly recommend it. It can be extremely scary, I get that, but getting through that first flip, you learn so much about the house. You learn more about drain stacks and plumbing, and you're able to estimate things more. If you have a client that's like, hey, roughly what does it take to add a bedroom here or to add a bathroom here? Well, when you've actually done it, you have such a greater understanding for the process, for the prices. just for what can be done in an area. Because, a lot of home buyers, they watch a lot of HGTV and they don't understand exactly what happens with a lot of these. They don't understand what's behind a lot of these walls, how to look for home load-bearing walls, what to do if it is a load-bearing wall, right? Just because something's a load-bearing wall doesn't mean you can't remove it, doesn't mean you can't do some things. For the right price, anything can be done. And when you've done a lot of this yourself, you can talk to it so much better and educate your real estate clients so much better when you've gone through the entire process yourself. I'm a licensed general contractor myself as well, in addition to being a real estate agent. My ability to talk to homes with clients, especially first-time home buyers, is so much better. And then I've done flips myself. I'm flipping my current house myself, doing a live and flip. And again, the knowledge that I've gained and my ability to articulate some of this stuff to my clients has been tenfold. It's been amazing what you learn when you go through the process, not just watching HGTV. So again, your knowledge you're going to gain about houses, investing, and just real estate in general is going to be so much higher when you're investing in real estate yourself. It's going to pay so much dividends to you being a real estate agent. It's really hard to articulate how much better you will be at your job doing that. Now, one of the greatest things about investing in real estate is the amount of control you have over the investment itself. You're able to really just dictate almost everything about it. The property you buy, the location it's in, the tenants that you're putting in there, the terms of the lease that you're putting in there. And you don't have that type of control with a lot of other investments. I try to be as diverse as I can with my investments. I have an IRA, I have life insurance, I have stocks, moving stuff around, but I don't have a lot of control over that, right? If I'm investing in a company on the stock market, I can try to do my research, try to pick what sectors I think are going to do really, really well. But if that individual company makes a bad decision or their CEO makes a bad tweet, something like that, something I cannot control, I can lose a lot of money very, very quickly, as the stock market tends to, look at those things and move very, very quickly. Now, with real estate, I don't have that, right? I'm in control of everything. I'm in control if I want to overdevelop the property, the type of tenant I want to put in there. Now, obviously, there's protected classes that we need to pay attention to, but outside of that, you have control over all of that. Now, the only thing you really don't have control over is, if you have a city that's going to do something crazy. Here in Twin Cities, you have St. Paul, Minneapolis, looking at doing some rental moratoriums, some rent cap type things. But when I got wind of that, what did I do? Sold my property in St. Paul and I got out of there and I moved my money somewhere else into a different city where I have more control over things. And again, being in real estate, probably heard about that quicker than some other people who might not be as in the industry already, and I was able to kind of get ahead of that before it happened. So outside of a city control thing, you have pretty much full control over everything. Now, obviously, you might get a bad tenant here or there, but once you really learn this industry and you really learn how to pick a tenant and screen tenants properly, now it's never no risk, but it definitely helps alleviate some of your risks there as well. And if you do end up getting some bad tenants, there are laws in place depending where you're at. You can evict them and move on to the next one. But just like any investment, there's always risks involved with it. But in my opinion, real estate helps just mitigate a lot of those risks due to the control that you have over the entire process. All right, so those are some of my top reasons that if you are a real estate agent, you need to be investing in real estate. Now, I know it's scary to get involved. All the horror stories you hear of terrible tenants trashing properties. And if you're a realtor, you've probably seen some of these firsthand as well. But as I've kind of talked to throughout the video, if you have a good plan in place, you screen your tenants properly, it can be an absolute amazing investment vehicle for you for long-term wealth, help balance out some of the ups and downs naturally within our business, and as well as, like I said, the biggest thing, in my opinion, it's probably the closest thing to insider trading you can get. You have such a wealth of knowledge in this area that you should be putting some money into it, watching it grow, helping you, have a retirement program. We don't have pensions in this business, right? Investing in real estate is probably the closest thing to a pension or to a true retirement plan that you're gonna get being an independent contractor within here. So if you are thinking of investing in real estate and you just don't know where to start, let me know below. I'm also working on some syndications right now. If you want to get involved, but you want to be a little more passive in your process, hit me up below. Contact information is below. Happy to have a conversation for you, whether you want to be actively managing your own things or you want to do it more passively and put some money into it, sit back and watch it grow from that standpoint. So yeah, drop below. Let me know if you have any questions. Until next time, talk later.